Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86 and today we are reviewing the Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 Exquisite Basic Figure from Hiya Toys. Hiya Toys has already made figures in the past but are now delving into the kaiju community with their Monsterverse line. They have mini statues and then they have their action figures. So with this new wave of figures, is it any better than Monster Arts or is it on the same level? Let's find out and do this figure review. So we're gonna move you again as if I already reviewed this, and we're gonna take a look at the box here. So this is a new box that's not like NECA or Hiya or Monster Arts, and so you have Godzilla here, promo pics in the front, which is interesting, and we have the King of the Monsters packaging with the gray and Boston, the blue fire top right here with some cracks. Side art, very nice. The other side's the same, and then the back we have this promo pic of him in the front, very menacing, and then we have all of these labels, pretty cool. And then yeah, that's about it for the box, and he already comes with his tail attached, so I thought that was really nice. But let's get on to the actual figure itself. So first off, we're gonna start with the sculpt and paint because it is really impressive. So I'm not sure if they had access to the CGI model or how they did this, but I'm going to assume they did, because it is exactly on model. So as you can see here, this is actually very accurate, very well proportioned, and just like the movie model, which is something the Monster Arts didn't even do. It's more like based off the concept. So here's what stands out is the sculpt and the paint. So for the paint, as you can see, he's got like these peaches and whites and very light browns underneath, with this black and dark brown dry brushed on top. So he has like blackish brown, some brown here and there, and then a lot of black. So first off, let's take a look at the sculpt. On the head, you can see the eyes there aren't looking straight at you, but they are very tiny and they are brown, as you can see. The tongue here, spoiler for the articulation, but yeah, it has a sculpt on it. It's very pink. The inside of the mouth is very fleshy and you can see all the gums underneath. And then the teeth itself are very fine. They're sharp but deadly. And you can see all the sculpt here, all the scales and reptile detailing. It's very nice. It's very well done. And I really do love that they added so much detail to this. Because look at the neck here. You can see all the little individual lines here. The armor plating is very nice. He's very thick, heavy figure. Nice sculpt. Not sharp, except the spines are sharp, but we'll get to that in a moment. So he's got a lot of, bulk to him. He's very intimidating and thick. Here's the front of the chest, very black with some peach underneath. The arms are very nice. They got the scales here, very well done. And you have some that stick out, which is very cool. I really like that detail. We have a lot of scales here, as you can see. The color is just excellent. It adds realism to this figure, especially when you get down here to the legs. I mean, just look at all the little dots inside. There's so many spikes and scales here. All the armor plating is very nice to see. It's very cool. And the paint really just helps it pop. It makes it feel real. Like right here, look at every single individual dot there. It looks very nice. And the nails are dark brown with black on top. So they're not like yellow or gray or anything like that. And then we get to the spines here. Well, actually, this section right here is very rubbery for the articulation. As you can see, these spines are very rubbery, but the rest are a lot harder. Like, yeah, you can move them, but they're very sharp, and they're much harder than these ones. They're not completely rubber. So something I always complained about is how no company for their 6-inch Godzilla Monsterverse could get the shape of the dorsal plates correctly. Monster Arts couldn't do it. I only saw Playmates do it, but here we have Hiya. And it is actually accurate. It is very well proportioned to the movie, and it has the details inside. As you can see, all the triangle patterns, the lines and crevices. Very cool looking. I love how they look, and the paint really helps it pop out. It really makes it look real. And you can see here on the bigger spines, it's just very well done. And it's also done on the other side, which is very cool. And the spines are also very thin, because that's how they are in the movie. And he's even got scales in between the spines here, which is really awesome. Then you get down here to the tail, very thick with the spines and sculpt here. Look at all the little scale patterns. It's so awesome. Especially underneath the tail, it looks so sand-like. It looks so real. It's just crazy how much detail and paint they got on here. And you can see here to the tail tip, they even got the last scale done. So overall, this is an amazing sculpt and very well done paint. They go together so well and complement each other so nice. It really adds to the realism and accurate look to this character. I give the sculpt an 100 out of 10. It's excellent. So the articulation is our next point of interest. So we have a jaw hinge, opens wide enough, and we actually have the tongue on a hinge as well, which is very cool. At least it's not a ball joint, so it won't pop off. And then, like I said before, this whole piece is rubbery. So we have the head joint, the neck joint here, and then the base neck here, all on ball joints. So you can look right, left, up this far, which is pretty far down, and then down that far, not very much. He's also got like a drop down at the head, as you can see, so you can move it forward for different poses, as you can see. It's very nice, it's very well done. The shoulders here are on a ball joint, very tight one, very thick, as you can see. So we have swivel hinge elbows. They hinge about this far and then swivel about a 360, and then the wrists themselves are on a ball joint. Very nice. His arms go open about this far, close about that far, and you can get some nice poses going over with his arms because he can go a 360. There you go. The waist here is on a ball joint, which reminds me of NECA's. Monster Arts did it better in my opinion, but as you can see, it goes about down this far, and he can swivel the whole way through, but I would prefer not doing it, and I'd advise you don't do it. And just make sure the spines here don't mess with each other, because if they do, they'll probably scratch paint, sculpt, and you don't want that happening. So the hips are on a smooth ball joint, surprisingly. Nice spread, closes about this far, and kicks back and forward pretty nice. Let's just move the arm out of there because it can go full 360. The knees are on a ball joint. The ankles are on a ball joint. Nice pivots and crunches. Very nice. And then we have a 9-segment ball joint tail, which gets the job done. You don't need many segments if the segments themselves are pretty flexible. So, hey, you can make some pretty cool poses. You can't do the S pose, but at least it curves pretty nice in any direction. And it goes up about this far. Sadly, no accessories, but for no accessories, you do get a pretty nice payoff. So I'll show the size right about now. Bigger than your average 6-inch because this guy is exactly 7 inches tall. From head to tail, he is more like around 12.5 inches. And along the big height and weight, he is only priced for about $50. I got him from Big Bad Toy Store for about $60 because that's with shipping and tax. He's $60 overall. And I'm pretty sure on Amazon he's going to be the same price. He hasn't released yet, I don't think. And on eBay and other aftermarket sites, he's probably going to go for a lot more. So just make a Big Bad Toy Store account or on Amazon when he comes out. So yeah, really great price. And I've been thinking if I want to make a comparison video, so haven't decided yet, but for now I'll just do some size comparisons, and let's just start with the Monster Arts figures. As to be expected, he fits pretty well with them, especially the GVK and Monsterverse cast. Here he is next to some other average 6-inch figures, Playmates, NECA, and such. Here he is to some mini figures, 3-inch, 4-inch, 2-inch. And then here he is next to some other random figures. In conclusion, I say this figure is definitely a must-have. It's got more going for it than the Monster Arts, especially when you consider the price and what you're getting. Bigger size, lower price, better sculpt and paint. And I still say the Monster Arts is really great, and it definitely has better articulation, but Hiya definitely improved on it. It's more an upgrade. Its sculpt and paint accurately resemble the model to perfection down to the last minute detail. I overall appreciate this figure, and it's really great and fun to have. Look, because the poses it can pull off are still really good. Just saying that Monster Arts is better doesn't mean this figure's articulation is any worse. It's still really good for what it is. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.